So Meenakshi ma'am, are you able to see three people on the screen together? You are able to see on your screen.
ओके ओके, रुको, अब मैं एक और बात बताता हूँ।
Actually, 4 people. One is IDYM.
No ma'am, actually on my
मेरे
screen
को
I am
स्पॉटलाइट
able to
मत
see
करो, मेरे को
three.
कर भी नहीं पाओगे आप, क्योंकि मैं वीडियो ऑन नहीं है। इसका वीडियो ऑन होता है वही स्पॉटलाइट हो सकता है।
Okay.
Only now there are 2.
टू एक और को ऐड कर दीजिए मैम, और आप सबको इंस्ट्रक्शन दे दीजिए और स्टार्ट कीजिए, ठीक है। जब एक बार आप इंस्ट्रक्शन दीजिएगा तो उधर से बोलिएगा कि मेक इट लाइव, तो हमारी टेक्निकल टीम उसको सीधा लाइव कर देगी। आप बोलिएगा मेक इट लाइव, जब लाइव का सिंबल दिखाई देगा तब आप स्टार्ट कीजिएगा, ठीक है मैम।
Okay.
ठीक मैम, ओके। मैं थोड़ा सा बाहर हूँ इसलिए मैं बंद कर रहा हूँ।
Okay. Okay. being organized by IDYM. And our today's topic of debate is digital technology making children's lives better? So it is a very big question because we are living the digital age. And our panelists today includes Meenakshi Mehra ma'am. She is the owner and CEO of Mighty Minds Academy. Dr. Peter sir, who is the principal of SKSM, and Emmanuel sir, who is he is the founder and director of SS to Justice and Equal Protection, and he is from Malawi. So actually, we have one more speaker, Dr. Ishtaq Ahmed, and he will be joining us in a while. But till then, we will be starting with the discussion. Now, because it is a debate, there some small instruction for all the panelists that please remain there till the end of the session and please listen to what your other panelist has to speak. Please listen to them carefully. And if you support them, you need to add something to their views, or you are against them, you can put those points while it is your turn. And secondly, if you need to add, if you feel to ask any question to any of your co-speakers, you can be doing it, but please maintain the decorum and just wait till the speaker finishes his speech. Okay, and so IDYM, that is like a galaxy of so much talented and intellectual speakers, and we are really glad to welcome you all. So as per our topic, digital technology, whether it is making our children's life better. In fact, if we see we are living in a digital age where everything has gone digital. Right from the morning we wake up till we sleep in the night, and again the next day. We cannot imagine our life without digital devices. Not even if a person does not have any other device, he must be actually having mobile phone, always a smartphone with him. Today, our cameras, our clocks, our watches, and our calendars, our maps, everything has been made replaced by a small mobile. And over that, the different types of technologies that we are using, like IoT, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, everything has come up. All the technologies are being combined, and we are getting one after the other wonderful applications to use every day. So, in this, a big question arises: though digital technology is making our life comfortable, the whole world is at our fingertips today. But a big question arises: is digital technology making children's lives better? So come on, let's discuss on it. And to start with, I request Dr. Peter sir to please start with the discussion. Please, sir.
Thank you, Anjum Qureshi madam, as a host, and today's resource person participating for the debate, respected Meenakshi Mehra madam, Dr. Imuni sir, and remaining sir. So, thank you to IDYM group for introducing new and various topics for discussion. Before that, it was as a form of speech, but now it's as like a debate. It's debate with the studied persons. And today's topic is the children's lives better, is the digital technology affecting on that. It's the debate. So we will start the point such that digital technology is just arrived. It was not from ancient, but it was the education which was in traditional way. After that, the digital technology influenced in our education system in every sector. As you have said that students are only not connected with the laptop tabs, but every electronic equipment, digital media is having influence on that. So in this digital era, no sector is left behind without the influence, and education also. And we are daily with our students and education system. So this factor is also effective one for this era. Thank you, madam. Now let us continue.
Okay, sir. You just brought up a very good point. So, Meenakshi ma'am, can you like to add something to this? You heard Peter sir say.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank you and IDYM Group of Company for having this debate where we learn a lot from counter questioning each other. And this is seriously the current topic going on for the technology, whether it's good or bad for children. So yes, we do need to ask like that. But I agree on certain things like technology helps the children becoming more independent, and they learn quickly. Yes, it was not there earlier, but it is now. We are into an era where we are learning. We are on the progressive way. We learn every single day, so they are learning very fast, quickly with that. And it's very informative and source of safety to an extent. There is again a thing where I would like to put this thing. It's not safe fully, but it's to an extent it is there. And the information, the exploration that the children that is because of the technology that brings interest in them. If we talk about robotics, that is the interesting topic for them. If we talk about space aviation program, that brings interest in. Earlier we had textbooks and all. When we had that kind of interest, because it was just a book, black and white book, we just used to see the pictures. And now we are into resource, we can go online, we can go Google it, we have Google classes, we have web classes where they can resource online, and they can have that feel of the subject very clearly, which was earlier, which was not there. And I thanks to the online interactive classes that and especially the mental games that children are playing, which brings the exercise to the child, where critical thinking was not there earlier. Even now we are not to that extent where the critical thinking has come to an on part, but still it is on process. And I believe using this technology, critical thinking will increase in our children. And using technology may promote new learning skills also, and opportunities with span of time. And it has more of the, but yes, I agree to that. This social connection is also because it's online, they don't have the social connections, they don't mix up together, that we are socially abandoned because of the technology. And it also encourages it doesn't encourage a movement. We are into one place. So either I would like to be on the gray line at present because of this technology, it's either this or that. So I would be in the gray line, not to be, I agree and I disagree. So, but few things which I disagree with Bedkar sir is like we used to, it's now it is there, but earlier, because the books were there earlier and now we have technology, but there are more opportunities to that. But again, I will agree with Bedkar sir, they are learning more on that process. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And we have one more speaker, Emmanuel sir. So please, can you just add to it, and then we can go for more discussions. You have already said Bedkar sir is speaking and Meenakshi ma'am speaking. Yes, this video is on.
I have removed myself from Spotlight and I have added Dr. Imuni sir in Spotlight. Okay.
Thank you, sir. So Emmanuel sir, please. Emmanuel sir.
It's a technical glitch, I guess.
Yeah, Professor.
Again, we are living into technological world where we are facing this kind of glitches, which we believe every time where we are talking about technology is helping this, helping that. This is also we are facing as a bad point, or we don't agree with this because it's not working. Every time we have a glitch, we have to be totally dependent on that. While earlier we were not dependent on these kind of things, we used to continue. So here it is discontinuation also.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes we are not able to avoid this, and I think the technical glitch. I think Emmanuel sir will have to rejoin. But ma'am, as you were talking about the information that they are getting so much of information, but don't you were also talking about creative thinking skills. But somewhere what I would like to ask is, don't you think the creativity, not the creativity, but the curiosity of knowledge has decreased in them? Because nowadays, if you give a project to a student, like write about some five famous scientists of the world, So earlier, what the students used to do, even what we must have done, we would have gone and searched for some different magazines, some different newspapers, and then cut down the pictures and write about them. Now it is like you just like top famous scientist, and you have it. You're not, the children are not working on it. So don't you think the curiosity, the creativity is somewhere getting damaged on it? So please, two of you are present. Anyone, if you can speak on it.
Creativity depends on person to person, my dear. So it happens, it's like in Hindi and Sanskrit, we say ati. It's like if anything in abundance, it's definitely it spoils your head. So limited resources and how to use, it depends on the teachers, on the educator, and on the parent, how to limit the technology to the students. It happens. So if everything is given in abundance, obviously children will, if you give a ball of sweets in front of a child, what will he do? He will eat with both the hands, and the essence of the sweet goes away, far away from that. Similarly, when we give full access to the children for technology, yes, they become lazy because everything is on tip of your toes, where if you just, it's a part of a click and you find everything. If you talk about one scientist, thousands of scientists will appear in front of you. So we don't work on it. But yes, if you have thousands of hundred or thousands of scientists in front of you, it's you have to research which one you want and what you want. So again, here I would like to focus on the topic called critical thinking skills, because things are there in front of you, but you have to think, what do you want? Correct. So it depends on the child and especially on the educator, how for the technology.
Baker sir, what would you like to say on this?
Depending upon the curiosity and the creativity of the students, if suppose a student is working to draw a painting with actual colors, he used to identify what kind of, how much amount is be taken, how it should be carefully used to have perfect coloring. But in technological area, the other factors, just coloring of hand, cleaning of the brush, taking complete that proportion, all these factors are immaterial there. So this technique may create new different thing, but the basic things which he or she start to think to form such type of painting. So this old technique, and if you supplement this new technique with that, it will give more dimension to that. So it gives some curiosity, creates some curiosity, new useful things he can or she can supplement to complete the target. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And one more thing, like ma'am was talking about online, about games. But ma'am, like those online games which I have seen, they mostly promote violence in them. They have lot of online games have violence. So don't you think that if we encourage the children for this online games, so will be that will be inducing so much of like violence or going towards a criminal mind, because it has been happening. Because if we see like the games like PUBG, which was banned, it was banned because the yes, the children were actually fully engrossed into it. And secondly, committing suicide or committing any kind of wrong acts was going on with those games. So what do you think over it? Should we, again, like we are talking about the digital technology, should we encourage the students to go for this online games? Ma'am, ma'am, or Bidkar sir, anyone of you can answer this, please join the
For
discussion.
me, I would like to say that yes, technology and games, yes, if you exceed that limit, obviously it's going to affect you with the disadvantages of eye problem or excess of things. But these are also beneficial to people who are facing with Alzheimer's, ADHD, epilepsy, and dyslexia. These kind of games are literally helping. So these kinds of games, and especially the technology, is kind of a boom to these people who cannot afford. Bring us a very sensitive topic over here, where I have personally seen people who are facing or who are having problems of epilepsy, ADHD, or dyslexia. Students, they are not allowed in normal schools. They don't consider those students as normal because they doesn't have that normalcy, because these are the norms we humans have created. So where these technology comes and helps in, these technology is only the thing which steps into it and help these kind of people of gaming and critical thinking, which we do certain things at ease. So those kind of things are not at ease with the other students also, or the other children who are facing problems with ADHD or dyslexia or epilepsy or anything, or any, seizures things, or where you have a delayed in development. So delayed in development do leads to where a certain person have to step into it, where this technology is the artificial intelligence plays the important role in that. So what happens is when these kind of, so equipments or games do come in, they do help a lot, and changes do, yes, eyesight will affect, the brain will affect, but these will help you going one step towards the normalcy, what we consider into that. So this is my perception. I don't know what I feel like. There's a okay. In certain way.
Yes, Emmanuel sir has joined. Sir, actually, we're waiting to hear from you regarding the topic. Our topic is digital technology making children's lives better.
I have added in spotlight, so he will continue.
Yeah. Madam, sir, please continue.
Madam, sir, your screen is frozen. Can you just... it's gone back.
Okay, at that time, okay, so take sir, as we were discussing about online games and how they are affecting the children, because many of the games, they promote violence in there, and the children get addicted to it. So what do you want to say on it? So having such online games, digital device in this house, is it good?
Are very much interested for playing the games. If there are no instrument, but this box like mobile is portable one, and it gives so many dimensions of activities or any levels of the enjoyment in the that box, and it is easy for user friendly for the students and all the childrens. They have made it. So basically, those who think are interesting one, those who are easy to play, and they give the joy without leaving the table, not in the ground. So all these things they attract to students and the childrens, and so that they are busy and try to learn or try to play more and more games. Ultimately, it affects on health also, and also the homework time. All these things gets into lapse because of this addiction. So the majority of the games are not problem of the metropolitan city, but the students from the rural area are also downloading these games. They are forcing parents to purchase that type of mobile, laptop, all these things. So this type of using this game for playing for entertainment only is from rural to metropolitan city. So games are interesting, but they are killing our study time for the students. And one study and one news was there. One student was playing the game and he got the message that if you want to have a higher level of that game, you have to give details of ATM card of your parents. And he identified that all these things and given to that person, and that account of his parent was completely evacuated. So these things happen because of the addiction of the game. Students are more interested to play only, not for any learning, as per consider the game only.
So according to you, they start using it for some kind of entertainment. But slowly, as it develops into addiction, it becomes difficult for them. And here there are many cases, like we can even call it as something like an online fraud, where there are some links which are sent and they are told to download something or upgrade your app, and then they ask for money, and the children do it. Many times they have been doing it. There are many cases, and even the parents don't know about it. And when the parents come to know about it, they know that their money has been lost. So it is happening. Because it is somewhere, it is also killing the time. So what do you think? What can be done for it?
So the games should be developed which can support the learning and teaching things. Means if some student is lagging in mathematics, so joyful games created in terms of mathematics, so they can give joy also, they can supplement the learning teaching, and this type of improvement in the game which can support to our daily teaching learning problem to solve, that will be useful one. And they should be forced to download, to install, and they should be used in schools and colleges or everywhere. Parents should keep watch on that, so that the games which are related to our teaching learning may be useful for that.
I agree to
Yes, sir. Please continue, ma'am. Please continue.
No, I agree to that. And with this, but I would like to say that this technology helps, it's upon the school, upon the parents, like if you have a Wi-Fi and if you, use it in school or at home, so you can restrict certain sites. See, there are good things and bad things ample present over there in the market, and you cannot have a control over it. So we have a control on what to give to our students and what to give to our children and what is good for them actually. So talking about that, when we are having a Wi-Fi connection, we have to secure certain things, and especially when we are giving laptops and tabs to the children, we have the security code and we have these restrictions of sites and restrictions of data where they cannot, go beyond certain things. So that will, in that way, we can, have control over the games and control over the technology to our children, and we can make them safe in a way. Even I came across an article in Times of India actually to quote that, where it was mentioned in the news where the child was playing a game and he used his mother's credit card, and it was in Maharashtra. And he used his credit card. He used the entire amount. The mother was there as working as a nurse in COVID times. She was working. She got an SMS that this much amount of money has been deducted from your account. And the moment she came back running with why, who did that, he hung himself because and he was just 10 years old. So it's so sad to listen these kind of newses where we are into technological world and we are moving forward towards technology. We need to go, we cannot stay at one place, we need to learn and move forward. That is what our life is. So but it comes with goods and bad. It's upon us how we deal with it. There the parent was in the the internet and the gaming peer person who has launched the game, but I believe that it's you who has not restricted those things, to knowing the fact that your children will go. It's like addiction to them, you cannot stop that. And coming to an emotion, you cannot stop this kind of emotions to the child, so they will play. Give them an things. I guess when I was small, I remember my dad brought a PC game for us. It was newly launched at that time. We used to play Mario in that. It was very long back. So, but my mom used to give us, you complete your homework, then you go and play. And we used to get half an hour to play. With that addiction, we used to finish our homework. We used to learn our things and, do things on time, where we used to like, okay, mommy, we have finished now. Can we go and play? So that is how it has to be, right? So it's you who has to control, not the person who has launched. The person who has launched is launched for the money, isn't it? They have launched for making money, making business. So it's us who has to decide whether, if we eat too much of sweet, what will happen? You'll get diabetes. End of the day, you are going to go to the hospital, not the person who's making the sweets, isn't it? So think wisely and use it. This is what I have to say.
Yeah, we should be actually thinking wisely and using whatever we have. And it isn't there, like as you said, that if we, because now we are again working on all the digital technologies, like even the IDYM platform, where we have got a chance to speak and share our views. This wouldn't have been possible without the digital technology. 2 years ago, we knew the concept that, okay, there is something like Google Meet or there is something like Zoom, but we were not able to use it because we never tried for it. But today we are using all these digital platforms for us. And that's where we need to put restrictions, being parents, being like we can put restrictions for our children on using the internet. In school, if you're in the school or the colleges, if you're allowing using mobiles and using internet, where we can be putting some restriction. So Dr. Emmanuel, please, we were waiting for you. Please share your views on this on this topic. We would like to hear more from you.
Dr.
Yeah,
Emmanuel, yes.
yeah, I just wanted to add something. When we are talking about internet with our children, the problem that I see is that it is making our children lazy. That's the negative part of it. Because whenever they are asked some questions, they just go on Google and find out the answer. But previously, when there were no internet, where there were no digital and whatever, the children were using their brain to find the answers to some of the hard questions. But nowadays, whenever you have a question, you just go on the internet. Then whenever you are given a question in class, then if you go on the internet on Google, then you find the answer there very simple. You don't use your brain. So that's another challenge that we are having with the internet, because our children nowadays, they are lazy. They are not working hard to find some questions, to find some answers to some of the hard questions. But the positive part of the internet, the positive part of the digital is that it makes things for our children to work. They don't need much work, because whenever they're using these gadgets, they can find answers. They can do whatever they want. They can even find information online. But it's very unfortunate, because we need to use our brain. So if you are using our brain, then the brain keeps on growing. But if the brain is not much used, then the brain will not keep on growing. But when the brain is used on hard questions, then it helps the brain to grow, and then it helps the child to think critically over things that the child is coming across. So internet really is very good, because it is making things simple. But for us, it is not good for us. And the other thing is that our children may go on the internet and watch some other videos that are not good for them. So instead of concentrating on school, they concentrate on other videos, on pornographic videos and the like, which are not good for our children. So you can see that from my side, I feel like the internet has got a very big negative impact on our children. I would recommend that these children should have a certain age in their life that they can start using internet, but not as early as they are doing nowadays. Because you find a child very young using internet, is watching some pornographic videos, is using internet, but not in a good way, but in a bad way. So it is impacting them negatively. Rather, we would like our children to start using internet at a certain age, whereby we think they are matured, whereby we think they can use it properly, instead of using it at an early age. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. But I think Meenakshi ma'am has to ask something. Please, ma'am.
Dr. Emmanuel, it's very nice to listen your views and your points, but don't you think that it's us who has to guide them to how to use it properly? And if we are going towards the future, it's a good thing to go towards the future. We're using technology, and because of technology, we are going towards future and learning so many things. With this technology only, we are sitting together in all one screen, right? So it's a good thing. So don't you think that it's a right thing to teach them as a parent, as a teacher, as a mentor, as an educator, to guide them how to use it? Yes, there are thousands, and I agree to you that there are thousands and thousands of videos or games which are spoiling them, but it's us how we have to control that and how we have to guide them, like how you have to restrict yourself. So what do you have to say on that?
Yeah, I think that's really very important for the mentors, for the teachers, for the parents, to teach how these children can use the internet properly. But unfortunately, sometimes some of the children, they use these things while they are at school, so they are away from the parents. Sometimes they use it while they are in their rooms, while they are away from their teachers or mentors. So I think we need to start from now that some of the things that should be posted on the internet should also be monitored, because if some of the things that are being posted on the internet are not good for our children, so we needed to set up some other restrictions that these other things should not be posted on the internet, so that we protect our children. But internet itself, it's really very good for us because it is trying to give us the mind map of the future, and it is making things simpler. Even in hospitals, they're using internet for the sick people to get recovered easily or quickly, for surgeries and for many other things. They're using the same internet. Sometimes when a doctor is having a patient but has failed somewhere, he can as well refer to the internet and find the answer. So that's really very important. But the unfortunate part is that the parents, the guardians, the mentors, the teachers have lost their responsibility. We are not doing our responsibility. We are not working with our children so that we ensure that our children are protected, are safe from other negative impacts from the internet. So I think here what we can concentrate is that we need to take our responsibilities as mentors, as teachers, as guardians, as parents, so that our children are protected. Thank you.
I agree with that. Thank you, Dr. Manuel. But what do you think we can take steps to guide our teachers and parents for learning technology and holding on to it? Before we lose contact with you, I need to ask you that, because I need to ask Vedkar sir also the same question, like what techniques and we have to take as parents, and we need to stand all together because we cannot do it alone. I cannot do it alone. I need to have to do everything together. So what do you think your action plans will be for the parents, just to know that they can use it all together? Because these small towns, as Vedkar sir has said, that very small villages and towns, they are not aware because they don't know. The parents are not aware. They never have gone to school also. But now being into this technological world, and we are into the 21st century where we all are tech savvy. This is what word we talk about in today's language. We are tech savvy. Are you tech savvy? But the parents are not. So what do you have to say to the parents?
Yeah, I think my suggestion is that the parents should take a great law in terms of trying to highlight the children the negatives that they may face if they still go for information that is not relevant for them, because that information will damage their ideas, will damage their future. So the first thing that they should understand is that the parents should take responsibility. How bad is it to use some other informations that are on the internet which are not relevant to the children? They should at least deal with the information that is relevant to the children, the information that can help them in class, the information that can help them to grow well, the information that can help them to be responsible citizens in the future. So they should avoid getting into some other informations that are not good for them because they will damage them. So parents take that responsibility, advising their children. Even teachers and mentors should still go on with that information. If we put our heads together, if we join hands together, telling the children that this is not good for them, I think the children are able to understand that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So much. Thank you so much.
Yes, what you're speaking is actually right, that we can't simply blame the digital technology somewhere. We need to make the students aware, and before that, we need to increase awareness among the parents for this, that how to use the internet, what they should be, what the children, they should allow the children to see and not. Now here we are somewhere, we are just talking about internet. But when the children are actually using any kind of internet devices, like they are using the laptop, mobile or tablet, anything that they are using, but something more than the studies, like being educated, we are something talking about studies. Okay, the digital part we can say is that because of the digital technology, so where we started with the e-learning techniques, or we started with the online classes, online courses. But something that still remains is two more addictions that are being seen. One is online shopping and another is social media. So, what to do about it? Because for nowadays, the students, yes, or the children, in fact, I have seen many, which the people whom I know, online shopping, we even don't know, the parents don't know, and they simply order something. And they will be doing everything, like doing the, sometimes if cash on delivery is available, they will be doing it, sometimes they will be ordering it themselves. So they are doing it. And again, not only the online gaming we were talking about, but they are wasting a lot of time on watching YouTube videos, on watching some YT shorts, or watching videos on Facebook, watching videos on Instagram. They're wasting a lot of time there. Secondly, If you see, for them having followers, having likes, and even like on the Facebook, it asks for your age and if you're below 18 years of age. But still, they alter their ages to actually register with you. So what should be done on this? Is again, this online shopping and social media, it is again a great concern. And it is not that after a certain, some after going up till 18 and all they are using it before that. So what
I
to do for
agree with that. And see what happens. I'll just give you an example. Like I have a 5-year-old child. He is, if you give him tab, if you give him laptop, he knows. And I have not taught him because I always say these children are born and brought up. They are literally, given birth with blue chip, which we were not given. That they are born with blue chips. So why I say that? See, in this technical term, if I talk about neuroplasticity, we need to learn about neuroplasticity, where we train our mind to control over. See, there are glittery things, there are things which we would like to go and shop online. Definitely, that gives you a sense. Oh my God, that is there. It's so cheap. Can we take that? And it happened with me also. He ordered a pizza and I was not aware of it. And he's just 5 and he ordered. And I was like, how did this guy come? And I was telling the guy, I didn't order it. And he was like, ma'am, your name is Meenakshi, ma'am. Meenakshi, ma'am, this is your name. And we have, and the money, because we have kept everything on the tip of the toe. Everything is like, from that day, I learned my lesson because it's auto deducted because my bank account has been added in the app. Everybody is, it's not mine especially, everybody has done auto. The bank accounts are connected with your once it's see that is what AI does. That is what these people are done. So we have to blame these people called Google. We have to blame these people called Microsoft because they have done that kind of thing. See, if you search a small thing on Google, they'll bring you whether you want it or not. You have just done it just for your reference. 10 days you will get the same things. You get an ad also in Facebook if you have searched for that.
Yes, it happens.
So that detects that. That is artificial intelligence. And seriously, hats off to that artificial intelligence. But that is bad. It's really bad for us, for the children, because they detect you. If you're searching for a home near me or anything near me, they'll give you a list. And in Facebook, Instagram, anything, you'll find that. So it's seriously very bad. But here we need to learn about neuroplasticity. This is what I was talking about, where you train your mind, where as parents, we can train ourselves to train our children, our students, our young ones, where it is how to have control. And day before yesterday, when we have spoken on emotional intelligence, that plays an important part in that. Neuroplasticity. This is what it's a very depthful topic. It's very deep topic, but if you know about it, you'll learn it. So I guess this is a boon also, but it's a disaster also at the same time, where we cannot control. So certain things you cannot control. Those things are not in your hand. So you cannot control. You cannot keep an eye 24/7 on the child. Kya kar raha hai, kya doing, whether he's watching that site or not. You have to simply think, which I have learned, and I say that use it. I mean, you let them use, restrict them. So in school also, when we give, we have a time to make them see the Google or anything, picture online. We restrict the sites, we restrict the time. That is in your hand. Do that. So that makes your task easier. Technology, my, funda is very clear. You have technology, use it for your benefit. So how to use it, it's up to you. It's you have to use your brain, where how to make, your task easy. So how you are bringing, robots to clean your home and, detecting which corner to be cleaned at what time. It's up to you. Use your brain in that also, how to, minimize the screen time for your child. There are certain things, why can't you use it? And everything is online, just search it. Thousands of things will come on. Even my child is addicted to this now. I have stopped and I have made it compulsory that you have to read a book before you sleep, or you have to read books. Thousands of books they brought. Why are you not reading? And he's not reading it. He was so addicted, he didn't even read. And due to that, he got a speech delay. Because of this, whom to blame? Me, because we didn't saw those things, because he was things and he was always with my tab and my phone. And these children are so smart, they'll do things below your nose. it's up to you. And I learned from my mistake. That is why I'm, saying that we have to, it's on us, not on anybody else. And as I said, in emotional intelligence also, it's you who has to do that. Nobody's going to come and tell you that please do it. So things are there available for us, and technology is there for us only. Let us utilize it. Let us stop this. Let us put, restrictions. Let us put, passwords with passcodes which they cannot find. And every week, I'm suggesting parents change your passwords before they, when they are slept. Change your passwords for phone, for tab, everything. Change your patterns. It will really help you out with that. So
Yes.
definitely that's my
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, ma'am. And yes, Emmanuel sir, I think you want to add something to it because I just saw your message. Emmanuel sir?
I guess he's left. So Bedkar sir, you have not answered my question where
Yes, yes.
yes, please answer.
Very perfectly explained by Principal Meenakshi Madam. We can't restrict the students. We just do something by changing the passwords. We can't watch the students for 24 hours, but the students and children are ahead than us, because when they discuss with them, with their other friends, then they will try to find out everything what is available, what they are doing. So we have to do a parallel but powerful technology or powerful things, so that he can use also that and something go away from that. If the students are just reading some stories, if they are interested, if you give the same application in tablet or in mobile also, in that computer also, the best stories, cartoon stories where they like, or few games which are supporting to our learning thing. So all these things can be made available for it and informed to them to enjoy, entertain, and also to do the study. So everything should be in front of them. If they have no available these resources, they can do anything. Similarly, as Madam said that the applications of the digital technology are very useful for that. If our child is going something away from that, he can use powerfully that map or any other things which can be useful in marketing also, for purchasing or anything. So the majority apps which are digital now, and they are useful, and students and children should know about all that. So if we use that tool powerfully to supplement our teaching and daily life, it will be useful one, and for the progress of the students in all the dimension, it will be useful one.
That's true, sir. Because I'll share a incident here on a lighter note where we had an assembly where we used to run a school till grade 2 and grade 12, and we had recently launched an engineering school nearby, the next building. So what happened is these engineering students who are in first year, they are like, now my student went for the first year and they become the senior. So when we had an assembly, we all two principals were together, like me from the school and the college principal. We were together and we were for the assembly. So the second year engineering students who were there for the assembly, they hacked our school system. So what had happened when we are speaking, our mic, because we had that mic on our table and we were into the auditorium, it was going from one end to the other end, and certain times when we were actually instruct students, it used to go mute. So I was shocked, like what is happening and why my technical team was not able to make out what is happening. And later, we came to know those bunch of students who did that. There were 3 people who did this. They were second year engineering students, and they were selected by IIM. They were so smart. I really appreciate that. But seriously, but that time we were like, what is happening? What's going on? From, I'm speaking and it went off. And the moment I was like, you have to do this, it went off. And again, after that, where there is no instruction, we were just, telling you have to do this, all this formal instructions. Mic was on and again it went blank. So it was a glitch for the first time which we faced, and later on we laughed, but the other principal was very furious that we are going to investigate that, but we have to learn from that, like how smartly they have hacked our system. So we brought them and we told them, teach our technical team how you have hacked it. So they hacked that, and they hacked the school and Facebook of school and Facebook of the college, what we engineering college, and they used to post like live streaming was there. And I'm very bad in technology. I don't know how to use that, and I'm still learning into it. But still, I was like, we are doing it, and my pictures are there on the Facebook, and I was like, who is posting this? You have certain time question mark because you're totally into some meeting and you're totally into certain things, and things go beyond, you go bonkers. So I was bonkers, actually. I went bonkers, like, what is happening here? It's like people are, and these people were laughing in the last row. So I came to know, I picked them up and we discussed it. कैसे किया पहले बताओ, उसके बाद में we'll discuss what to do with you. So their punishment was to teach everybody, including me, how they went live and how they hacked the system. Sitting there, they are doing with just a mobile phone, no laptop, no nothing. You just need, so they have brain. We all have brain. So that is only the topmost part. And that is why I'm saying it's on us how we utilize it. We can make miracles. We can see one ad, if you put, it goes to 1,000 crores of people now. We are live here. How many people are watching us live and learning? And when we are not, on the webinar, we are learning so much. So in 2 years, as I said, I've learned so much on the webinars, including when I was Bedkar sir took me as a resource person. So I've learned so much from the people who are there, and hats off to his technical team and hats off to IDYM technical team. They are two professionals, how to put things here. Also now, I don't know how to put spotlight. How bad of me, I seriously don't know how to do that. We call ourselves tech savvy. I'm not that. So I'm still learning. So I guess we have to learn. I have to learn especially how to do things online. So on this lighter note, because I still remember this incident was 2 years back where we did this, and my students only, and now when they come and they are into IIM and they are, coming out as an engineer, they have applied for big companies where we don't even think of it, but you feel like because of those incidents, you remember your children, these kind of children only you remember that they have done something, and you have learned from that. So I have learned from that how to, do certain aspects and how to do coding, because that was a new term for me. Now it's a subject. So as we are saying that initially only books were there, now see, coding is a subject. Coding, the small third standard child is learning coding, 6 years child is learning coding. Where are we? I don't know where this world is going to go with this technology.
Yeah, coding again that we have entered. Like anyone would like to speak anything about this? Add something to what Meenakshi Madam said, or yes? Bedkar sir, would you like to add something to this?
As Meenakshi Madam was saying that this technology is very ahead and students are powerfully using this technique. Suppose before that, when I was visited to engineering college at Kolhapur, they have shown me all this technology of their construction technology, the very colorful style of the homes, the furniture, ready furniture, non-ready furniture, all these three-dimensional views. Means this internet is now everywhere, so that every business or every technology, maybe teaching or maybe business also, it can be implemented and very powerfully up to reach the consumers. Similarly, in the education also, as Madam was saying that about the different techniques and the powerful using of that. So this technique, students are accepting as very fast, and they are doing experiments, and even in the syllabus, as Madam was saying that Meenakshi Madam, coding is now there. So these techniques can be used, and they are using powerfully for problem solving them. And before that, the example of my side college, that the principal was restricting mobile to use the students in the hall. After that, he was going to ban on that. Now we are giving the mobile to them to use that. So this technology is not means not to live now, but every aspect of the education or the marketing or the business or any app can be developed by using this with the use of this. and students are ahead in that. They are using this technology, they are saving money, they are saving time also, and they are creating so much best things which can be now the part of competition in the schools and colleges also, this type of techniques.
I agree, sir, because see, here we are in this world where recently, it's like 2 weeks back, Max, one parent brought an app to me where you can track your child. So with the mobile, you just need to put an app and you can track your child, whether the child has gone to school or where the child is. It will give you the exact location. So initially, we also stopped the mobile phones and tabs not to bring to school. Now we are given lockers. The more they are like sand. Children are like sand. The more you hold, the more they get off from your hand. So we have given them lockers. Go in your break time, look into your phone. You want to see? Look into your phone, access your phone, keep it back, go to your class. So in this way, we are going hand in hand with technology and with mobile. And if there is some emergency, you can use it. You can ask your HOD or your vice principal or principal, and you can use the phone. If it is an emergency, you can go ahead with that. The more you stop, see, in ICSE school, I went one, in ICSE school, and it was like Ivy school where I went. And when we spoke about the projects where I went for English subject, English literature, but when I gave them the project about English, documentary, they have to make some documentary and they have to submit it. So there, where I said, okay, you can submit the papers to your principal and I can collect it. Principal told, ma'am, everything is online. You give the date and time, they'll submit it to you. Everything came online to me on my email. So my task became so easy. So it is there as a boon, and it is there also as a disadvantage also. Because teacher's task is so easy, I guess, because everything is online. They just have to see who has submitted the assessment, assignment or not. They can assess immediately. 10 students have, submitted the assessment. So assess them immediately and give the remarks accordingly. So your work is done. So work becomes so easy for that.
Yes, from pandemic area, I also used to give instruction to my staff with email, collecting their teaching reports on email, also their daily activities on email. So paperless things can be adopted by using this technology, and we are using powerfully this technique to save the papers. And these are very less time. We can edit it, we can send it. So, and every instructions can be sent on this mail and issued by this mail and also evaluated. So all these best aspect of this technology can be used in learning teaching method also, and students also can be involved by their attendance, by their assignment, by their other things to inform them all these things.
Yes, sir, you raised a very good point, and I also support you and Meenakshi and ma'am that due to the technology that we are able to do things easily, we are able to communicate with each other. And one more thing, like the different kinds of online courses. Like for example, now after the pandemic, there are a number of educational institutes which used to provide courses and some of the latest technologies. So now it was that earlier the students had to go, like the students from our place had to go to Pune or Hyderabad, but now that is possible for them just being there, being here. They can do short courses on the available techniques on the engineering students mostly go for programming in Python, or they go for IoT and technologies like blockchain. So it has now become possible. And yes, being an educator, and there I would like to add, yes, you were right that it has become possible for us to do the things very easily. We're able to manage the students. Even we put the link and they submit their assignments. So, is Dr. Emmanuel, are you there? Because I could hear something. It's not okay. So, yes, sir, please.
Yes, I just wanted to say that, as we have been saying, that the responsibility for this, it's in our hands. So what we are saying here is that the internet itself is very, very important. It is very helpful because if it is farming, then we need technology. If it is in medical practicing, we need technology. In everything, we need technology. But now the problem is that the way we are using the technology sometimes can affect us negatively. So what we need to do is simply to make sure that our children are studying the proper materials. Our children are coming across proper information on internet. So for that to be possible, it is our responsibility to make sure that we keep on checking what they are doing. We keep on checking what they are reading on the internet. We keep on checking on their gadgets. We keep on checking on their laptops to see what's inside there. And also if we can just install some other information that is important for them to go through in their gadgets, that will be very helpful, because they will always read through those information. And also we should not let our children to have more data, more bundle that they can use on the internet. We will always try to make sure that we have already installed some information in the gadgets that they are using. They should not download it themselves, because sometimes when they have got a choice to download some other things, they can as well download things that we don't like. So we need to install into their gadgets things that we know they are helpful for them. So don't give them much chance to download things on their own, because this will damage them at the end of the day. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, we were only. Thank you so much, sir. Because yes, even we were talking in the discussion, we need to put some restriction. But when we use the internet, somewhere I feel like what I have seen this reason, because as we are getting more advanced mobiles today. Somewhere like I was talking earlier in the session about their curiosity, about their creativity. Somewhere I believe that yes, a lot of information is available on the internet. But if everything is available on the internet, everything is there available online, should they come to school then? Can you get the question? Because whatever task we give to them, information is there. So for the knowledge,
Yes.
they can get it from the internet, or they should come to school. Yes, anyone can answer, please. Yes, ma'am, please, sir.
Yeah, it's important, but what we are saying is collectively we are saying that the information that our children should access should be the right information, should be the correct information that will be helpful for them, because they are doing a lot of studies online. They are doing a lot of studies in class. So everything that they are going through should be related to what they are studying. It should not be something that is contrary to what they are studying, because that can detract them from what they are doing. So what we are saying is that they should concentrate on the information that is very important to them, that is very helpful to them in terms of what they are doing, more especially towards their study. It should be relevant towards their study, so that it is helpful to go further with their study. It should not be something that is maybe damaging, because there are some other information that they can get that will detract them from concentration from school. So I agree with you that our children need to have access to all this internet and the like, but we need to have some restrictions in other areas for them to get the right information.
Yeah, sir, you were speaking that is really right. And Meenakshi ma'am, would you like to add something to this?
Yeah, only one thing I would like to add here is like physical appearance, physical touch, physical, being physical, seeing in person is very more important than being. Yes, everything is online. Schools are online. People are opting for homeschooling or NIO nowadays, where they don't want to. K-12 schools are there. So yes, many things are there, but we need to see what is good for our children. Certain students are opting for that, but you don't think so? Like being social, but how do they are going to have that social development when they are just sitting at home and for once, when they are not meeting anybody, they don't have social skills at all. As such, I believe nowadays students, they don't have social skills at all. They don't know that they are lacking of manners. I'm sorry if I'm using a rude language, but that's what I have seen. They don't know how to greet people. They don't have respect. They don't know how to have that dignity when they are talking to their elders or to their younger ones. I am everything. So it's me, me, and me. So the more me is come from in technology only, as if they don't want to get down from that standard. My father has brought this. I am his son. I have so many things. You don't have anything. They don't realize that you don't have anything. Your father has to, be such arrogant because he has earned that much of money. So if I talk about I have earned so much of money, my son should not, be have that kind of arrogance. But these kind of children are there, and today's children are like that because they are not socially. They are always with their phones, making reels, making short videos. But if you talk about any dignity, if you talk about anything relevance, they are unable to answer. So we need to keep a hold on. This is what I would like to end here. But yes, social being physically present is very, very important. At the same time, technology is important. Being physical is also very important. You have to go to school. You have to meet children. You have to socialize yourself. You have to learn a lot, and you have to wait for your turn. And I'm not talking about preschoolers. I'm talking about elders. Students who are in 10th standard, 11th standard, 12th standard, you need to wait. You need to learn. You need to, ask for it. Can I get it? You need to learn respect, and that will come when you go to school, not sitting here. Yes, there are certain apps like Grammarly is there, and certain apps so where you learn, you talk more on that, but you cannot learn basic manners unless and until you are into with the teachers, with your parents, and you are in socialized. See, technology, one bad thing is they isolate you. From every single thing, they'll isolate you. So don't get isolated. Go learn, go outside and learn. Why our parents were having more knowledge than us? They were, I'm not bragging about things, but people, your parents, my parents, you talk about your principal, my teacher, they had more of knowledge without this technology. They had.
Yes, of course.
You ask about anything, you ask, still date, you ask your grandparents about any single thing, they'll be able to answer, which we are not, because they have learned a lot because we were outside, meeting people, learning more. The more you meet, the more you learn, the more you will earn respect, you learn respect. Go outside, have social circle, and when you are outside, keep your mobile phone at home and go. Don't take that. This is what I would like to end my talk with.
Yes, ma'am. We actually need to socialize. That's more important, because even the problem that we are seeing in the children, especially about the after the pandemic or during the pandemic time, many children between the age of like 1.5 to 3 years, they were not able to speak properly. Because what is required is they should mingle with people, they should talk to more and more people, because that is the age when they are actually collecting vocabulary in their brains. So because they were not able to go out and they were not able to interact with others, so this kind of problems were arising. They were on an increase. In fact, some of the pediatricians have said this. Like, it is because of this, because you don't allow, because of the pandemic, you are not allowing the children to go out and play with others. And mostly because nowadays we live in nuclear families, so we don't have even many people at home like earlier when we lived in joint families and all. So that was again a problem. And like you were talking, yes, even I agree with this somewhere that yes, information, we are getting only information, you're not getting knowledge on the internet. And one more question, Deepak, would you like to add something to it? Or I have just one last question for that to it. Would you like to add something to what Meenakshi ma'am said?
Yes, madam. It was a pleasure to listen her points, and really, it's correct one that we have to do students for social engagement, so they can be developed. Overall development may occur. If they have no respect in their mind with our elders or any teachers, all these things, the technology, the knowledge, they're gaining, all these things have a value zero. One special thing is that we should give identify ability to them to identify what is mountain and what is the speed breaker, what things are immortal, what things are at high level, what we should know from the surrounding, so that we can be developed overall development of us. So these things should be made available for them. They should able to try what is good thing, how we have to behave it, not the publicity, not the money, all these factors are not so useful, but to stand in our life with a character and with a good citizen, all things are needed. So there should be no lack of communication, there should be no lack of respect from the student. They have supplement their learning teaching with this app, and they should stand with this using technology as a great citizen of India. So that will be the power of the technology we use in a very effective way.
Yeah, that's very good, sir. But one last thing, one last point to discuss here is when we are talking about these digital devices, some the internet comes in. And now there are even technologies like IoT, Internet of Things, where you are able to control everything through the internet. There is automation, in fact, automation is everything. And yes, there are many more, like even like in robotics, IoT is used, and all the kind of technologies that we are actually combining technologies. Many technologies we are combining over here. So when this internet and this combining of technologies, like till now we're just talking about the phone, because children mostly they have their phones, but we know that they are beyond that. They are learning coding, they are doing many more things. So when we start using this internet, a very big problem is about security, about your privacy, your security, your privacy. You have a lot of security and privacy risks. So, and because of that, something what happens is, like, there are so many online frauds which is going on, which raises again the cases of mental, they get stressed, they get depressed, the children get depressed. So what do you think we can be doing for it? Should we, okay, we are using a device, we are using a digital device. So don't you think there is a necessity that we should educate the children regarding the security and privacy issues of using the digital devices?
Once they are early ages, they can't able to understand the security, cyber crimes, the money loss, all these things. When they try to earn in their life, then they will understand. So the duty of the parents is that what are the other sides of it to lose all these things. So we have to give them knowledge about that. What is the next side of that? And up to that level of the age of earning, they don't care about the this type of cyber crimes because they are not experienced for that. So we have to identify them few stories, those who are suffering, the students of them that age for doing this one. So we should give them some idea about that and the dangers and the bad effects of that also.
Yes. So, Meenakshi ma'am, before going, one last message for everyone. And how would you like to conclude? Is it good or bad to use the digital technology?
I didn't get your point, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Ma'am, one last message before leaving.
One last message, yeah. For the students, yes. For the parents, I would like to say, don't make things easy for your child. So what I have learned from my parents, I would like to share here is, like, for anything. So in summer vacation also, we used to clean things. My dad used to give me 5 rupees coin. I still remember that. Do this and you earn it and spend that money on whatever you like. So nothing comes for easy, nothing comes for free. That our children need to learn that. Even technology, because parents are paying for it, you are not paying for it. So you need to learn that. You need to understand those things very clearly, because they think my father has brought this, I own this. So you don't own anything. Technology is a very interesting thing and a very, a boon kind of thing, which I will say for today's world where we are heading towards it, where we need it to go into future and stand equally and more ahead than the other countries. India is already on topmost for it because of the technology only. And I really appreciate Indian people and the Indian engineers who are, working hard for it. And see, yesterday's paper, Times of India, it was mentioned on the headline. Engineers are not going abroad. They are not going to Google. They are not going to IIM. They are working in India. And that's what we need. And people are, asking. And now Britain's Prime Minister is Indian. Or do you feel? for that you are originated to India. So yes, coming back to this point, please, children, learn that nothing comes for free. You have to earn those things. Even if you want to use an internet, don't make easy. Parents, please don't make easy. You to make, see, I have seen parents who are giving, you be quiet, you take this mobile and be quiet for a certain time. Don't do that, because that is how we are spoiling our children. Use technology for the better part. Few days back, I went to Oxford University, and I have seen a young child who was being, promoted, and who came to the Oxford University, Bangalore, for the session, and he was doing 3D printing of the valve that is, attached in your heart when it is like open heart surgery. He was showing how to make it. Why don't you use it? How, fascinating it is to learn. These small children know so much, and they can save their life of somebody. Let us use this technology and make more effective to our coming generation, and people who are of, I don't think anybody has not learned from it, and we don't have an age to, we have a certain age for learning. You don't have a certain age of learning. You learn till you die. This is what I believe. So if you're learning, if you're old also, and even my teachers who are here, who are, seeing, please learn this more on technology terms, resource, use it as a resource. Use it as a resource, which will definitely, bring more practicality to your subject, more stars to your subject, and you don't have to Google it every time, because once you know more, you have knowledge more, your words that comes out from your mouth is more stronger than Google. This is what I believe. So learn that. Thank you so much for giving me a chance on coming on debate today. I really enjoyed every single bit of it. Thank you, ID1. Thank you, Anjum ma'am, and special thanks to Bidkar sir, because he's my producer today. Yesterday only I was telling him that I'm a little scared to be on the opposite side of him. So thank you so much, sir, for being so supportive for me. Thank you.
Yes, Bidkar sir, would like to listen to you. One last message for everybody before ending the session.
Thank you to IDYM group. Thank you, Anjum Krishi madam. And today's to whom I have learned so many different points, including that medical section also. I remember one thing, that when I was admitted for the corona case, that doctor was always on internet. So lastly, I asked him, why you are on this internet? We are in front of you. He said that I am using the correct diagnosis, correct treatment, which is available at this moment. And within a few days, he discharged us. So that was the powerful technique he used to cure the patient. So technology, these factors, these tools are very useful, but we have to use a proper way, and we should know what are the other factors of that, and we should aware to others also to give away this technology if it is having some bad effect. But there is no alternative. By using this technology, everyone should use in a proper way to benefit of ourselves, society, and all the our country also. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Given me this opportunity to join here with listen and learn from all of you, and Meenakshi Mehra madam, and from you also. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much for giving the opportunity to speak our heart out. Thank you so much, and being a wonderful host as always.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Before going, but I would like to say is, yes, I will cheering all of you, and I will even I raise some of the questions. And yes, digital technology, it is a boon sometimes, but anything which goes in excess, it will harm us. So even the digital technology, all the digital devices that we're using, all the digital technologies that you're using, we need to somewhere we need to put a limit on it. And like one of the techniques that was suggested by Meenakshi ma'am about the neuroplasticity, I think that should come up. And so there again, what I would like to add is, like in the earlier sessions, we had talked about emotional intelligence, we have talked about critical thinking skills. So all these skills should be actually taught to the students, because these are some of the abilities which are helping in making better decisions, so that the students are aware, the students are able to decide, okay, I have spent 1 hour playing a game. So is it right for me or is it not? There is a link which says, okay, download this, download that. So there the child should be actually able to make proper decisions. So somewhere the decision making skills have to be updated. And we need to put restrictions, like, okay, that can be done till a certain age, because even I have been doing that. I have never given a mobile, a separate mobile, though my daughter is in 12th, but she doesn't have a mobile of her own. All the messages will be coming either to my mobile or to her father's mobile. We have never given. But let me tell you one more thing, like for the last few days, I was very worried because my laptop could not display the backdrop due to the poor quality of the camera which my laptop is having. So here she took out a way, she took out another webcam and she installed it. So this is where the good part of it, because the students are smarter. Because my daughter was smarter than me. I knew that it was due to the somewhere due to the poor camera of the poor camera quality of my laptop, and that I am not able to use the backdrop. But I couldn't find the way out. But she was the one who did all the settings for me today, and because of that, I am using the backdrop today. So yes, we need to make it there. We need to learn the digital technologies. We need to use it, but we need to put a limit to it, a restriction to it. We need to know what to use and what to not. And then, if we use digital technology wisely, our lives can be much better. And we can actually come out of those problems that we talked about. And it was again a very beautiful session, a wonderful discussion, and thank you to all the speakers, Meenakshi Mehra ma'am, Dr. Baker sir, and Emmanuel sir. And thank you to the team of IDYM, Ravi Shankar sir, Vinul ma'am, and Zenith ma'am, and all the team members of IDYM and all the members who have joined us. Thank you very much. Goodbye and good night. Thank you, sir.